Okay. Um, yeah. So David, if you pull forward, I'm going to show you guys what I did well with this deadlift and what I didn't do. So first things first, keep it paused. Notice that where I've stepped up to the bar, the number one thing with a deadlift that you start after the weight is even and the bar is not moving is you step up to the bar and your shins should be somewhere between 1 and 2 inches away. Taller guys can usually pull off 2 inches. Mine's about 1 to 1.5 because I am not even close to the word tall. So, you can have your feet. Strength coaches across America are generally in agreement that your feet can be anywhere from about 8 to 12 inches apart. Right there, honestly, I think they're a little outside of 12 probably. If I was going to change anything about the way I did that deadlift 2 years ago, I would pull my feet a little bit closer in. Your feet some people feel better with their feet pointed straight. I now actually take my feet and slightly angle them ever so slightly outward, probably 5 degrees to 10 degrees. And then that's just step one. Step up 1 to 2 inches away, feet 8 to 12 inches apart, and either neutral or slightly angled out. So try it and see which one feels best. The next part, notice that I've bent down and my knees and legs are mostly straight. I mean, bending down completely straight, my hamstrings aren't quite that flexible, or at least then they weren't. You bend down, grab the bar with your legs as straight as possible, and your hand should be outside of your shins. Okay. We don't need to be pulling inside of our shins with our hands inside of our knees. That's not what we're doing with a conventional. We have our hands outside of our knees and shins. Okay. So David, go ahead and play for the next couple of seconds when I start pulling. I'm going to come down right there. I come down and I'll do a couple more prep bumps there. I come down to where my shins touch the bar. I take a huge breath. The breath is extremely important. I retract my shoulders after taking that breath, and I hold that breath all the way to the top, and I drag that bar up my shins. It never stops touching. You can see by my shorts, it never stops touching my legs. Boom. Now, most of the time I'd let the bar down. I dropped it because that's what you do on a PR. So, yeah, notice that I have, when I came up, David, could you back it up just a couple seconds? When I came up, once it passed my knees, it became even more of a hip motion where I was trying to straighten out my hips and pull myself upward. And notice that my head also was not curved upward this way the whole time. It had a little bit of one towards the top right here. But when I started, I was looking at the floor like I would with a squat. So if we could, once it's done, we'll play that right back over and I'll simplify all of that for you. So step up to the bar, 1 to 2 inches away. Okay, feet 8 to 12 inches apart. Feet are turned out 15 degrees at most. You grab the bar straight-legged outside of your shins. Now you're going to bring your knees down and you're going to touch that bar with your shins. And when you go to pick that bar up, you got to take a breath, retract your shoulders, and then you pull that bar. You drag it up your shins off the ground. And as you drag it up, it's a fluid hinging motion where you're just standing up straight. There's a mistake that's made a lot of the time in this where people straighten out their knees early and then make all the pulling go in their lower back. Scary thing to do. It's all one fluid motion. David, do you have anything to add to that?
Nope.
So did you get the other video I sent you?
No, I didn't get it.
Oh, man. Well,
Yeah.
let's see if I can get it sent again. But that's deadlifting in a nutshell. It's something I've worked on for a long time. I originally was scared of it.